place because I had come to, I think, maybe 2 of Rick's events and another book party that was also on a Sunday. And Brooke was so nice and down to earth. I said, that's where I want to have a poetry reading. So, and also, my favorite poetry readings are when people read short things. Because, you know, and Rick said that we should do three poems of 5 minutes each. And since my first one was like, I think it was really actually closer to 7 minutes, because I think I read it a little slower than I had practiced. So that's 2 minutes. So I'm going to read 2 short poems now. When I grew up, I sort of worshipped my mother's parents because my grandfather was a World War II pilot who flew from India to China and back, and he was very, you know, like a storyteller, and really like a Hemingway character. So I really worshipped him. And his wife, my granny, had come to New York City as a young woman and became a New York City rockette. And so she performed at the Radio City Music Hall. And all through my childhood, we'd go and watch the shows. And so I just couldn't imagine. We were like the most glamorous people in the world growing up in the suburbs, you know, because we lived an hour away from the city, so I wasn't like the people even in Westchester who would actually come to New York. I was truly a suburban kid in Stamford, Connecticut. So this is my and this is my friend Cullen. Hi. So thank you for coming. Okay, you missed the long ones, so you got the short ones. And he teaches memoir writing at New York University. And then we have a humor writing professor at New York University in the back at Kurt. So if you want to learn how to do humor or memoir, there are people to go to. Okay, so this is the very beginning of the book. I think I should preface this also. This is like the second edition of the book because I had a couple problems in the printing over the summer, and I asked to have them fixed, but they sort of went silent on me, which is understandable. You know, the books are already contributor copies went out. It's kind of like, but lo and behold, it seemed that the book had actually sold. It didn't fully sell out its first print run, but enough that we were able to go into a second edition, and I was able to fix the things that I wanted to. And a friend of mine had asked me, because this book is really, used to be called, it was originally called I Am America, which later I learned was the title of a Tea Party poem. So I thought, I gotta change this. And then I sort of went with Red Blue, because this really is an exploration, it's not just of the woman I thought it would be and who I ultimately became, but the fact that I have all these red state roots. I was born in Oklahoma, my parents were from Nebraska. Truly, my mom rode horses with the woman who became like a rodeo national champion. But I grew up on the East Coast, and so all of these things about me, it's kind of strange to put them all into one person. So I have a very long poem, which I think I'm not going to read to you, but that's the long poem kind of explores these hybrid roots that I have. And I settled with a sort of a less political title to the poetry book because I didn't really want to have it be a political book per se. But the point that I'm trying to say is that someone asked me if Frank Kurt had seen an earlier version of this, and I had taken out a very important word in the long poem, and the word was liberal. And I realized if you don't have that really spelled out in this collection, you can read it and go like, wow, this is like a conservative cowboy, just like a cowgirl, just like I thought. And so I was able to also fix the beginning stanza of that poem. And instead of a liberal, I said I'm actually a progressive. So, who supports gun rights? But with that said, I still worship my grandfather, who was quite different from that. Okay, so this is Bobby's red sweater. I wear it when I write, on the computer or pen to paper. It is my armor in fiery moves. I've worn it out, underarm holes big as silver dollar pancakes, elbow openings large as dollar bills, bare skin where blood wool should be. He was a storyteller, practical joker, speed reader, speaker of Chinese, cattle rancher, game hunter, Golden Gloves boxer, World War II pilot, wings over the Himalayas, the hump from Dinjan to Kunming, and grandfather to me. Radio City Rockette. Grandmother, a ballet dancer, a Radio City Rockette, glamorous as Ava Gardner, with black hair, porcelain skin, and movie star cheekbones. Tap danced and high-kicked in satin, sequins, feathers. She lived near Carnegie Hall before I was born, and when I grew up, I moved to the city like her, but I didn't dance. My introduction was already at home. Now for Rick, his third canzone.